friends, today we will look at the comparison of programming languages and natural languages. What is the difference or the similarities between a programming language and a natural language? Programming language could be C, C++, Java, Python and so on, and natural language mean kind Hindi, English or whatever language. What are the similarities between these two? Language, as I mentioned already, language is a media through which we communicate, to exchange ideas, to convey messages, to get done some work. We use languages to communicate with other people. Similarly, programming languages are used to communicate with the computing device to get done your work. We use this language to write what is called as programs, right? A program is nothing but a set of instructions you use to give what has to be done by the computing system. You can write a program to sort 1000 numbers, a program to add 1000 numbers and so on. These are some of the examples. Natural languages, anyhow we are using, I am using English language to communicate with you, to transfer my knowledge. We may use Hindi, English, Kannada depending on what you have learned. So what is the similarity or dissimilarity between these two? I am just going to compare in this very small video natural language and programming language. What is there in the natural language and what is there in the programming language? In natural language we use alphabets. In programming languages, equivalent of this is what is called as character set, right? How many alphabets are there? In English 26 alphabets are there, and here character set. In C language, character set consists of 128 characters, which is also called as ASCII character set. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Alright, so in English we have small letters, 26 small letters and 26 capital letters and special symbols, double quote, comma, colon, semicolon, etc. etc. Here also same thing we have A to Z, small letter A to Z, 0 to 9 literals and so many other symbols. Similarly here again A to Z, capital letters, A to Z, small letters, 0 to 9 literals, and some symbols like flower bracket, square bracket, parenthesis, comma, double quote, some printable characters, some non-printable characters and so on. These are all printable characters. Non-printable characters include space, escape, enter and so on. Alright. So alphabets and character set can be compared between these two. Alright. Next, second point here is using this character set or using these letters or alphabets, we combine them to make it words. Here we call it as tokens. In programming languages we call it as tokens, but here we call it as words. What are words? A combination of letters which gives a meaningful word, and a set of letters. Example, water, pen, paper. These are some of the examples. Say Ganesh is a word, and tokens could be, there are two different types of tokens. Tokens could be keywords, identifiers, then special symbols, operators, and so on. There are tokens and keywords. There are different types of. Here we can group these words, two groups. We can say water, pen, paper have fixed meaning. Because they have fixed meaning, you can call it keywords. Keywords are those words whose meaning cannot be changed by us. It is fixed. And Ganesh is the name of a person, which is again a word, can be changed. You can change your name, which is user defined name. Your father named your name as Ganesh. Later it can be changed to any other name. But water is water, you can't change it. Pen is a pen, you can't change it. Similarly, keywords are those words in programming languages which are comparable to the words in our natural language which have fixed meaning. Keyword. For example, int is a keyword, float is a keyword, else is a keyword, and so on. These words you cannot use them as identifiers or user defined names. Identifier is a user defined name. There are rules to form identifiers. It should start with a letter, it can have underscore, and there is limitation of number of characters that can be present in identifiers, and few other rules of course. Then special symbols like semicolon, comma, double quote, single quote, and flower bracket, square bracket, and so on form special symbols. And operators. There are different varieties of operators. Arithmetic operators, relational operators, assignment operators, relational operators, and ternary operators, and so many other operators are there. All this belongs to the category called as token, which is comparable to words in natural language. Then coming to the third point. Once you combine words, when you combine words, what will you do? By combining words, a set of words, it forms something called as sentence. A sentence is a group of words. I eat mango. There are three words in it. And two special symbols, three special symbols. Full stop, one space, and another. Three special symbols and three words together called as one sentence. Here, equivalent of a sentence here is statement. There are different types of statements available in natural language, or different types of sentences are available in natural language. Similarly, there are different types of statements available in programming language. Assertive sentence, interrogative sentence, and so many. Similarly, here there are different types of statements. Data declaration statement, input statement, output statement, and expressions, and so on are the statements available in programming language. Then coming to the next point, fourth one. By combining these sentences, what will you do? You will have a paragraph. In short, we say para. A paragraph is formed by using set of sentences. Here it is called as a block of statements. A block. Generally in C language we represent it using a set of flower brackets, and it is called as block. A set of statements are written here and enclosed within flower brackets, which is called as a block of statements. Here it is called as paragraph. And the fifth point here is set of paras together becomes a chapter. And this chapter can be compared here with program. When you write a program, it can have few blocks. Each block can have a set of statements, and each program will have a name. Generally, we write program under main. So, main is the name of the program. Main can have several blocks. Okay, this could be one block, this could be another block, and so many blocks. All these blocks together, it is called as program. Next level is 6 point, including several chapters. What we do, a set of chapters together, we call it as book. Here you can compare with module. A module of the project will have set of programs in it, or a book contains a set of chapters. So a module consists of set of programs. Then next one is several books or a set of books together, you call it as library. Here you can call it as project. A set of books together called as library, a set of modules put together called as project. Next point here is set of libraries together can be called as knowledge center. Here you can call it as information system. Information system. For example, the banking system is an information system. Knowledge center consists of set of libraries put together and can be comparable with information system, which represents a physical system which has got several projects in it. Say for example, banking system has got several projects in it. Could be credit cards, could be loans, and it could be payment system, cashier handling system, and so many modules or so many projects under one system. And each project can have several modules, and each module will have several programs in it, and so on. Okay friends, today what we have learnt is comparing programming language with natural language, and I have given you how to compare these two, and it works the same way as natural language. Thank you.